Hello traders, welcome back to Finance Masterclass. In this tutorial, I will show you how I made over $500 in a single trade. To make $500 in a single trade is not so hard a thing. What is required is just for you to master your strategy and be true to your strategy and follow your trading plan. So in this tutorial, I will simply show you how to do it and how I made over $500 simply following my strategy and getting a few things right. So in trading, what you need to know is just to master a few of trading tactics. What you need to do is anytime you see a setup and it follows your trading strategy and it's in line with your trading strategy, don't hesitate to take that trade. What happens to many traders is when they see a trade, they begin to get fear in their mind about whether the trade is going to succeed or not. As a trader, that's not your business. Just play your part and the market will play its own part. So in this tutorial, I will show you how this strategy works, and if you follow this strategy, it's going to deliver anytime, any day. Now let's get down to the business so that you will begin to make your own money, your own cool cash as soon as possible, and you begin to do that without any fear, without any form of fear. Fear is a killer. Fear makes traders to lose money. But when you trade with confidence, you discover that you are better off for it. You make more money when you have confidence in your strategy and when your strategy has been proven to be a consistent, profitable strategy. Like what I'm going to show you now. If you master it and follow it through, you are going to be making money each time, each day. All right, you can take my bet for it. So what I'm going to do now is to show you how I enter this trade. Is still running. It is not being closed, but I have a target where I want to close this trade. It's now above $600 in profit, and I tend to close the trade when it comes close to $1,000. That is what I'm wanting to do. Some people say, but this is a big money already. Why not close it and take your profit? Yes, I have a buffer that protects this trade. I know what will happen and I will know that I just need to take the profit. But for now, things are moving out in the right direction. Therefore, there is no need for me to take the profit. If I want to be so secure, what I will simply do is just take half of the profits and then allow the rest to run. But for now, I'm allowing the whole profit to keep running. So if you take a look at the screen now, you will see that I have here a channel. And when you look at the overall trend here, you will discover that there is an uptrend beginning from this region to the utmost top is an uptrend. But after a certain period of time, this price begin to move sideways, begin to come down, following a channel-like pattern. But after another period of time, it moves up again and break through above this channel, moving to the upside. That was when I discovered that the best thing I would do for this trade is to take it to the upside, to enter a buy trade. But I do not just want to enter a buy trade anyhow. I want to enter a trade. I want to enter a trade whereby I am almost 99% sure that I'm going to win. And this is exactly what happened here. When you look at this chart, you will discover that I have two moving averages here. I have the 200 moving average and I have another moving average, which is the 50 moving average. I personally like these two moving average and I use them quite often and they have proven to be quite successful for me, so I use them. So what I was looking while entering this trade is to see a situation whereby the candles will break above these two moving average I wanted this two moving average to serve as a support. So I want the price to be above the two moving average before I enter this trade, just to be more secure. Whenever the price is above two of this moving average, it shows you that what we are looking at is all the way to the upside. We are looking at an unequivocal uptrend. So like what we have here, at this point the price has broken above the two moving average, above the 200 and above the 50. This is the point wherein I took the trade. And why I took this trade is because I have here a bottoming table, or what I will rather call a bullish pin bar. This particular candle is a very positive bar for the bulls. Whenever you see it, the bulls are actually in control. So it's a signal that the market is turning and the market is all the way in favor of the bulls. So when I saw this pin bar, when this pin bar began to form, I knew that something was going to happen, and I knew that it was my trade. So when this candle moved down, and at a certain time when it touched this moving average, the 200 moving average, which happens to coincide with the 50 moving average. By the way, these two moving average offers a very strong support to this pair. It offers a very strong support. So when the candle that was actually going down touched these two moving average at this point, it quickly wiped off and goes to the upside and ended like a pin bar. So at that point, I was still, I was just salivating, waiting to enter the trade. So, but when another candle forms and went down, and then begin to move up towards the end of this pin bar, the end of the body of this pin bar, I know that it was a positive sign. So I entered the trade. Boom! I pump into the trade immediately, and that was it. As you can see now, I'm still up by more than $500, and it's still moving. So I intend to take trade. I intend to take it to this point. By the time this bar move to this point, to this resistance level is going to be $1,000. Above 1,000, that is $1,059. So that is where I intend to take the profit. But I will monitor the trade and see how it goes. All right. So at any moment, expect this candle to continue to move until it gets to this top, to this resistance level. This is the nearest key resistance level, and you can take your profit at the nearest key resistance level, and that is this candle here. And by the time it gets to that candle, it will be over $1,000 profit, exactly $1,059. So, and for you to make money in Forex, you need to be resilient, you need to be confident, and you need to go without fear. So many people, when they see their profits swell up to this point, they begin to get jittery. They just want to take the profit and go away. But when such people, when they are in loss, they tend to allow their trade to keep running in loss. But when they are in profit, they don't have the patience to wait for the trade to materialize the way they want. That is one thing that happens to retail traders. But when you have confidence in your strategy, you should be able to wait. Like now, I know that these two moving average is a very powerful very powerful candle. This two moving average is a very powerful support level to this candle, and I expect this support to hold for a considerable amount of time. For at least this candle will hold this trade until it reaches this resistance level. There's no doubt about it. It's surely going to touch this resistance, and by the time it touches it, I have over $1,000 in profit in one trade. So by the way, I traded this trade with one lot position. It's quite big for beginner traders, but when you have mastered your strategy, it's not a big position. It will be a big position when I entered this one lot, for different when I entered different position with this one lot. Maybe I have about 3 trades or 4 trades running with about one lot position. I will now know it's big, but for one trade I don't regard it as big. By the way, I can also monitor this trade by taking bits of my profit. I can take 20%, 10%, or 30% of profit and allow the rest to continue to run. But I have a very big confidence that this trade is going to push up to this nearest resistance, and that is where that is where I'm intending to come out of this position. But mind you, there is also high probability that this trade will continue to move up until it reaches this uppermost resistance that I have here. But to play safe, I'm going to take it on this resistance. So let me judge this trade again with another powerful tool that I normally use on trades like this. Let's look at Fibonacci. I've already done that. This also corresponds to a Fibonacci level, and I will show you in a moment. I don't keep Fibonacci levels permanently on my chart, but from time to time I pull it up and check what is happening. So let's look at Fibonacci now. This Fibonacci here. So let us go to this point. From this point where the candles began to rise, where the trend began to rise, I will take it to the upmost. I will take it to the uppermost. So from there, you will see the Fibonacci levels. You click here, impulse wave. I'm going to judge this impulse wave from the bottom here to the top. Discover that corresponds to the Fibonacci level. So this is Fibonacci 50%. When you judge this impulse wave, and this is the corrective wave to this point, and this point I took this trade corresponds to Fibonacci 50%, and it's a very powerful level. Fibonacci 50%, Fibonacci 38.2, they are all powerful levels. So I'm Fibonacci 61.8, but at this time at Fibonacci 50.0, 50%, it corresponds with 200 moving average. At the same time corresponds with a 50 moving average, and at this point it has broken out of this channel. So I have a very strong reason for taking this trade at this point. And the last thing that happened is I saw this elephant bull candle moving above the bullish pin bar or the bottoming tail bar. So it gives me a very strong indication that the bulls have taken control of the market and they have recaptured their groove. So what I simply did was to join them. So that was exactly what I do and what I did, and you can see it really paid off and it's continued to pay off. So if you have found value in this short tutorial detailing some of my strategy and the mindset of why I took this trade. Do well to subscribe, as you will get more tips from me. You will surely get more tips, and I'll keep revealing the strategies that make me profitable. So follow the channel and you see a lot of strategies that I'm going to review to you and why I became so profitable in a very short period of time. So I have an edge over the markets by following consistently some number of strategies that I use on daily basis to pull out money from the market. It's so simple but hard. Trading is actually simple, but the behaviors of traders actually is what made it hard. So there are actually one thing again that happened to traders. Some traders are well undercapitalized. They don't have much money in their trading account and it affects them. Some are good traders, but due to the amount they have in their account, it makes them afraid. For example, if I was operating in a very small account, as it is now, I'll become jittery. What if my profit turns into loss here and there? Then now it makes me to take profit when I don't want to take profit, and it makes me to close trade when I don't want to close trade. So some traders, what you need to do is to try as much as possible to beef up the account, to bring up your account a little bit from what it is currently is. And if you have a very small account, what I encourage you is to take specific trades like these trades that have 99% assurance that you are going to win, such as this. Like what happened here, I have a trade that's broken out of the channel. I have a trade that is being supported by 200 moving average as a support. I have a trade that is supported by 50 moving average. And I have a trade that corresponds to Fibonacci level 50. So these are the things you see, and you know that you have an upper hand in that trade. And certainly it will be very difficult for such trade to fail. So that is it. If you have found value, please remember to subscribe. Do well to subscribe so that you continue to get more tips like this that will help fire up your trading experience. Thank you very much, and see you on the next video.